Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Funeral service for Betty Jean Davis, or Betty Jean Curtis, I should say. Betty Jean Curtis, age 84, of Childersburg. That service will be Thursday at 2 o'clock from Childersburg Church of God, with the Reverend David Bearden officiating. Burial in the Childersburg Cemetery. The body will lie in state at the church Thursday 1 until 2. Visitation tonight 5 till 8 at Curtis and Son North in Sylacauga. Online memorials at curtisandsonfunerals.com. Burial in the old Childersburg Cemetery. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel directing. In other obituary news this morning, funeral service for Mr. Joseph Patrick McDonough, Jr., age 78, of Chelsea, is today at Liberty Baptist Church in Chelsea. Visitation from 10 until 11 a.m. with a funeral service beginning at 11. The Reverend Alan Kuykendall officiating. Burial in the Liberty Baptist Church in Liberty Baptist Church Cemetery in Chelsea. Mr. McDonough died on Saturday, November the 10th at Grandview Medical Center in Birmingham. He was a greeter at Liberty Baptist Church and one of the good guys over there, and he will be remembered today with funeral service beginning at 11 o'clock from Liberty Baptist Church in Chelsea. Now, the family will accept flowers or contributions to be made to Liberty Baptist Church in Chelsea in his memory. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel in Sylacauga, directing that service. Alice L. Casaberry, age 59, died November 12th. Community Funeral Home will announce the arrangements. Robert Cannon Dial, age 83, died Tuesday, November 13th. Funeral service for Mr. Dial will be held on Friday at 1 p.m. from Earthsbury Funeral Home in Talladega. Visitation Thursday from 6 until 8 p.m. at the funeral home. The Reverend Craig Little will officiate the service. Burial in the Pine Hill Memorial Park. Online condolences at earthsburyfuneralhome.com. Earthsbury Funeral Home directing. Mr. Dial was a member of the Southside Baptist Church and retired from CSX Railroad. Earthsbury Funeral Home, Talladega directing. Funeral service for Carlton L. Franklin, age 59, is today at 2 p.m. from Midway Memory Gardens Funeral Home Chapel, with Pastor Eric Snyder officiating. Burial in the Midway Memory Gardens Cemetery. Mr. Franklin died November 10th at his residence. He was a native and lifelong resident of Talladega and employed by the City of Talladega Public Works for some 23 years. Midway Memory Gardens Funeral Home directing. Funeral service for Don Lewis Sr., age 67, of Wedowee, is Saturday, November 17th at 11 o'clock from Wedowee First United Methodist Church, with the Reverend Josh Hickman officiating. Burial in the Oak Hill Cemetery in Talladega. The family will receive friends at the funeral home from 5 till 7 on Friday. Mr. Lewis died Sunday, November the 11th in Columbus, Georgia. Online condolences at Benefield Funeral Home, Wedowee.com. Benefield Funeral Home directing that service. Donald David Donnie Strickland died in Pell City, November the 11th. He was 50 years old. A memorial service will be held at a later date. Funeral service for Miss Shirley D. Moon will be noon Thursday at Jehovah Jireh Ministries, with interment in the New Life Memory Gardens. The station today 2 until 6 at the funeral home, Wright's Funeral Home, Alexander City directing. Memorial service for Barbara Farr Hathcock, age 67, is Saturday at 1 o'clock from the Chapel of Kilgore Funeral Home in Pell City. The family receiving friends from noon until 1 at the funeral home. Ms. Hathcock died November the 7th. Kilgore Funeral Home directing. And funeral service for Mr. Charlie Benson Crouch, Jr., age 72, is today at 2 o'clock from Jackson's Gap Baptist Church, with the Reverend Charlie Horton officiating. Burial in the Jackson's Gap Cemetery. The family receiving friends at the church today from noon until 2. Mr. Crouch died Sunday at his residence. He was a member of the Jackson's Gap Baptist Church. In lieu of flowers, a family requests that a memorial contribution be made to the Jackson's Gap Church Youth Group or to the Jackson's Gap Baptist Church Children's Ministry. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at langleyfuneralhome.com. Langley Funeral Home in Dadeville, directing. These obituaries this morning are brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361 for pre-need funerals, burials, or cremations since 1975.